Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys.
Cowboys All-Pro veteran makes decision on retirement, report. Longtime Dallas Cowboys veteran has made his decision on whether or not he's going to retire. As noted by Clarence Hill of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, 9-time Pro Bowler and 5-time All-Pro selection Tyron Smith is not retiring. The 33-year-old just completed his 13th season with the Cowboys and is looking to play next year. I don't know if Smith is returning to the Cowboys, but I talked to Tyron's agent and Tyron is not retiring, reporter Clarence Hill told 105.3 The Fan, as noted by Mike Fisher of Sports Illustrated. So he will play here or somewhere else next year. Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News also reported that Smith is not just looking to play another NFL season, he's looking to play a 14th season in Dallas. Tyron Smith, the longest tenured player on the Cowboys, wants to play another season with the team, a person familiar with his thinking told the Dallas Morning News, Watkins said. Smith, 33, becomes an unrestricted free agent this spring and there is uncertainty about a return. Cowboys' Tyron Smith still ranks as one of top tackles in NFL while Smith's career has been derailed by injuries in recent years. Ours proven time and time again that he's still one of the best tackles in the league when healthy. Smith started 13 games last season, his most since the 2019 campaign. Between 2020 and 2022, Smith missed a combined total of 33 games due to injuries. However, his 2023 season showed he's still in form. According to Pro Football Focus, Smith posted an 83.8 offensive grade and 88.6 pass blocking grade during the 2023 season. Among full-time tackles, his offensive grade ranked 4th while his pass blocking grade led all players at his position. Could Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboys add Saquon Barkley? The Dallas Cowboys might have the opportunity to pair Prescott with a star running back this offseason. With Saquon Barkley set to become an unrestricted free agent, 1 year removed from the New York Giants applying the franchise tag on the 27-year-old running back, one former general manager suggests the Cowboys should find a way to sign the former number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft. This one's easy. It's the Dallas Cowboys, former New York Jets general manager Mike Tannenbaum said when asked which team should pursue Barkley. Tony Pollard was mildly disappointing replacing Zeke Elliott. His production went down by about 25%. Trust me, the last thing the New York Giants want to see if Saquon Barkley graduates this year is him with a star on the side of his helmet. Can you imagine the first time Dallas rolls into town with Saquon as a Cowboy? Through the first 6 seasons of his career, Barkley has rushed for 5,211 yards with 35 touchdowns. If the Cowboys are serious about adding a running back as versatile as Barkley into Prescott's supporting cast, it will take some significant legwork to create cap space. After all, the Cowboys are currently projected to be $21.5 million over the cap as the new league year approaches. But there's little doubt that a healthy Barkley has the potential to be a game-altering weapon in the Cowboys' scheme. Cowboys confirmed Jimmy Johnson's comments on Jerry Jones with a catch. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones is getting the band back together. Former Cowboys head coach, Pro Football Hall of Famer and recent Ring of Honor inductee Jimmy Johnson made some waves in a recent radio interview with Miami's WQAM 560. Since the Ring of Honor, I am on his, Jerry Jones, advisory board now, Johnson said during the interview. Everything is hunky-dory now. Sources familiar with the relationship between Jones and Johnson confirmed to Heavy Sports that the Cowboys owner has spoken more frequently with Johnson in recent months, and the two have a relationship similar to Jones with former players and franchise luminaries whom he at times leans on for advice. However, neither Jones nor the Cowboys have a formal advisory board, as Johnson claimed, according to multiple sources. Johnson and Jones were pivotal to one of the most successful eras in Cowboys franchise history. As the head coach of the Cowboys from 1989 to 1993, Johnson was instrumental in building a roster that included Hall of Famers Troy Aikman, running back Emmitt Smith, wide receiver Michael Irvin, among others. Dallas, with the core Johnson assembled, went on to win 3 Super Bowls in 4 seasons, with Johnson at the helm for 2 of those victories. However, the relationship between Johnson and Jones seemed to be a tumultuous one in the decades that followed, that is, until Jones and the Cowboys inducted Johnson into the franchise's Ring of Honor on December 30, 2023. It's funny because every time I'm with Jerry, we tell stories back and forth and laugh and cut up, like a couple of brothers, Johnson said. Jerry Jones leaned on Jimmy Johnson after Cowboys' playoff loss in the aftermath of the Cowboys' 48-32 blowout loss in the NFC wildcard round to the Green Bay Packers, which Jones called the most painful of his tenure. The Hall of Fame owner reached out to one of the architects of his most successful stretch. We were talking on the phone for about an hour after his Green Bay playoff loss, and he was talking about what all he needed to do, Johnson revealed. Because he had big decisions on Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn and Dak Prescott. As a pivotal offseason approaches, that must include a decision on Prescott's future, a potential CeeDee Lamb contract extension, and more. It sure sounds like Jones has another former Cowboys legend to lean on for advice, even informally. His playmaker predicted to take massive pay cut to avoid release. Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Michael Gallup is being mentioned as a potential cut candidate, but there could be alternative solutions to keep the wideout in. Big D Pro Football Focus's Brad Spielberger mentions Gallup as a potential cut candidate but offers a way for the Cowboys to retain Gallup. The analyst suggested Gallup significantly reduce his salary from $8.5 million to $4 million for 2024. Additionally, Spielberger believes the end of Gallup's deal could be converted to void years rather than guaranteed money, making the receiver a free agent in 2025. The Cowboys hoped another year of recovery from a torn ACL for Michael Gallup would help him return to the long striding body contortionist with great toe-tapping ability near the sideline, but Gallup's burst just hasn't looked up to the same standard since his injury, Spielberger noted in a February 20, 2024 story titled, "Cut Candidates for All 32 NFL Teams, Jamal Adams, Mike Williams and More." Here, we have Dallas reducing his salary down to just $4 million, which he currently has guaranteed for injury and which will vest to fully guaranteed a few days into the 2024 league year in March. In addition, perhaps the 2025 and 2026 contract years are converted into void years. Dallas Cowboys receiver Michael Gallup's 5-year, $57.5 million contract is slated to run through 2026. There are reasons to think the two sides could come to a compromise this offseason. Even if you are a supporter of Gallup, it is hard to argue that the receiver's production justifies his 5-year, $57.5 million contract. Gallup is slated to have a massive $13.5 million cap hit for next season. This number jumps up to $15.8 million for 2025 and 2026. Cowboys rumors. Could Michael Gallup be motivated to take a pay cut to avoid being released? The Cowboys do have an out in Gallup's deal this offseason that would allow the team to release the veteran. Yet, the challenge is Dallas would still have to take a $13 million dead cap hit. This move would save a minimal amount of cap space but would take the Cowboys off the hook for the remaining 3 years on Gallup's expensive deal. If Gallup suddenly hits the open market, the receiver is unlikely to find a similar offer to what he is currently making in Dallas. This means Gallup could be motivated to agree to a reworked contract as PFF suggested. Gallup has not topped 500 receiving yards since 2020. The playmaker posted 34 receptions for 418 yards and 2 touchdowns in 17 appearances last season. The Dallas Cowboys may prefer to move on from Michael Gallup. Regardless of Gallup's future, the Cowboys need more help at receiver to provide help alongside CeeDee Lamb. A clean break from Gallup may not save much cap space, but it opens up a spot for players like Jalen Tolbert or another veteran in free agency. The most affordable way to address the position is to use an early draft pick on a receiver. As Tolbert displayed during his rookie season, this does not guarantee immediate production in year 1. Time will tell if Dallas is willing to negotiate with Gallup or prefer to make a clean break. The one thing that is becoming abundantly clear is that Gallup is unlikely to be back under his current contract structure.